I'm glad you mentioned Daniel Woodrell, who's a wonderful writer. I don't know how many of you know his books. He's kind of a literary favorite, but a secret that the public hasn't discovered. And I was struck by how faithful, in many respects, your movie is to his book, which is it's hard to make a good movie out of a good book. It usually works the other way. And his dialogue is very stylized on the page, but it sounds very natural the way that you all perform it. Did he collaborate with you in any sense on this?
He didn't collaborate on the actual working of the screenplay, but he did help launch the research at the very beginning of the project. And he was our touchstone for investigating, coming to the Ozarks, physically showing up, and then being linked up to some important veins of information, be it cultural information, folklore, history, be it the sheriff and what was happening in the meth scene. So he was a very crucial link to setting us off on this journey of research. And Anne and I adhered extremely closely. We weren't equipped to change the dialogue, nor the wording. In the end, actors did have to massage some of it.
Yeah.
And then we have a range here. John adored the book as written and was meticulous about the wording of Teardrop's monologues, and felt really impassioned. And many times I had to say to you, if you can say it, man, I stumble, I struggle. That's me, very Eastern, can't do it. And you were down for, and so our agreement was, he could always try the full tilt, and if I ever needed to push the button of saying can we do a slight redux on that, we would do both kinds of takes. And rarely, because you mastered it so beautifully, there was rarely a time that panic occurred. And then way back when we first came down, Lauren and some colleagues of hers in Springfield read the script out loud, and that was so helpful. There were a couple words that they turned to me and Anne and said, exotic, not current, not, and Daniel, wow, maybe my greatest aunt possibly said that in her childhood. Take it out, basically. And Daniel is also a conservator of the vocabulary and idioms of his region. So, he, on the written page, so there were instances where something absolutely belonged in his book, but couldn't be spoken easily.
Yeah.
And then we had people right from the land we were shooting on. Dale got along famously with Kat Layson, who was the daughter of the property owner, the primary location. And we many times people turned to her just to ask her to watch the monitor. Did you buy that? Look, and they knew we didn't want them to gas us, or, it was like, did you really believe that? And it was very helpful that we had people watching our back on that level. And we always have to invoke. You can kick me afterwards, but your mom. Just
My mom's not like that.
I know, but she's an expert.
Easy.
She's an expert from Kentucky, and we had to ask them a couple of times, your folks, about certain phrases.
My dad told us what "come the nut cutting" meant.
Yeah. We had to really ponder that one for a year.
Castration.
And Anne and I, though we loved that phrase, we never felt totally sure that we totally understood it.